Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you so much for joining tonight. All things business. We are live tonight. I want to thank you all for being on the call tonight. Listen, I'm going to talk about tough times never last, but tough people do. I'm going to say it again. Tough times never last, but tough people do. As you look around the world, we're in tough times right now, but tough people will last, even though things are tight. It brings back the slogan. I got this. I was thinking about it the other day. I was praying and I thought about what Robert Schuller had a saying: tough times never last, but tough people do. And I remember this. This came out way back in the 80s. And I thought about that. And I thought about, today's what's going on today, tough times. How do you start your morning when you have tough times? One of the things that I do, and matter of fact, before I talk about that, I thought about Robert Schuller and my mentor, Peter J. Daniels, who's out of Australia. And Peter J. Daniels just celebrated his 93rd birthday. One of the most important pictures in my office is a picture of Peter Daniels along with W. Clement Stone from Combined Insurance out of Chicago back in the day. And we all know who that is. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Man, when you look at these three gentlemen and think about their history and what they did and the tough times they went through, from being in Combined Insurance. And I thought about how do you start your morning? How do I start my morning? I start my morning off with prayer and the attitude of gratitude. That's what I do every morning. I think about this every morning. I get up thanking God because it's a new day. And I'm thankful because I get up with the attitude of gratitude, and we go through seasons. We go through seasons. We go through seasons. And the season right now, we go through seasons like, for example, you will get blessed and beyond if you believe that you can. And the whole idea is start thinking about what am I grateful for? What am I grateful for? And some of us go through seasons right now wondering, questioning where we're going, where I'm at. Things are not like I wanted to be. I'm not happy where I'm at. What's going on? So these are things you're going to go through as we go through tough times. And then you must understand there's a season of giving, season of being thankful. When people are grateful, when they're going through tough times, here's a breakdown. I want to give you something. People that are satisfied as they go through life when they're tough and they keep the man upstairs, number one, they have 25% of the people are satisfied with their life. 35% of the people get depressed when things get tough. 23% of the people have anxiety. And if you really rest in peace of gratitude and through tough times, 30 minutes of good sleep extra will help you. 90 minutes of exercise will get you through the tough time. And a lot of people are sitting there, well, I'm lonely. Well, 28% of the people are lonely because they have nothing more to do but worry about things. So if you just worry about things, things will get tougher. But if you just push that to the side and work through the tough times, I keep remembering seeing him say this: tough times never last, but tough people do. There's going to be a season of, some of you today are in a season of dryness, emptiness, discouragement, confusion. What must I do, Al Thomas, to get through this? Some of you are on a downward spiral right now. You listen to all the bad music, negative news. You're down on yourself. You have opinionated what other people say about you. You're toxic around toxic people. When things get tough, you need to get away from people like that and get into a quiet space where you can hear the man upstairs and pray and think about it, what you're grateful for. No matter what you're going through, always remember that somebody's got it worse off than you. Gratitude is so important in tough times. Some of you are going through a season right now when things are bad for some people, it's prosperity for others. Some of you are going through the season of prosperity. We applaud you. Some of you got the Midas touch. Some things you touch just turn to be great. And then also you must give joy. Have a season of joy in you. Some of you are going through a joyful season right now, which is great. The key to wealth and success is giving. Gratitude is the key no matter what you're going through. Because remember, somebody always have it worse off than you. I remember in November, I used to say to myself, oh my God, it's bad. It's going to be bad. It's going to be bad. And guess what happened? It was bad. I made it tough on myself because psychologically I told myself November's always bad. And guess what happened? They were always bad until I changed my attitude around. And I said, Al, you are putting yourself in a tough season. Don't say what it's going to be. Tell yourself the opposite and pull yourself up by the bootstrings And from then on, things change because I changed my mindset. So what happens there? Remember, you got to remember sometime who you are. You're very important. Do you realize that every hair on your head is numbered? Do you know you're a child of the king, the royal priesthood? You are somebody special. You're a superstar. Do you realize how special and grateful you should be every day? You know, I think about it today. Tonight, as it gets dark around this world, there's a boat leaving 31 miles south of Miami, Florida, from Cuba heading north. There's a boat every night leaving because things are tough. And there's sharks that swim around that boat every night in order to get a free meal because the boats only have 30 people and there'll be about 50 of them on there. Somebody's going to fall in the ocean and those sharks are ready. But why? Because things are tough. Things are tough everywhere. But you got to keep going because somebody has it worse off than you. Another thing about some of you in the season of prioritizing. Where am I going to go from here? New Year's not too far away. What I'm going to do? Start learning how to rest in where you're at today. Turn off the music. Start eating right, exercising right, and above all, turn off the cell phones and just get away in the morning. Because the first thing I do when I go through tough time is I start reminiscing the great times. And I start thinking about how I can make it better. And I start visualizing here what I could do to make it better. If you talk to any basketball player, football player, baseball player, even golfers, they will say they'll see the shot here before they even take the shot, or they'll swing many times before they take that swing because they practice it over and over and over again. So as you go through tough times, see the world and see your times as you want it to be, not how it is today. Remember, tough times never last, but tough people do. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a little short answer today, but I just want to give you something because I know we're going into the holidays and some people say I don't have this to eat. I'm not with my family. Some people are on the verge of doing things they shouldn't be doing. But remember, tough times never last, but tough people do. Take care. God bless. And I hope that's you. Thank you for your time. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. And also send this out to 7 people. Watch the blessing come back to you. And please leave a comment. We love your comments. With that, thank you so much. Take care. God bless. And have a